All right, let's dive into a topic you've definitely seen all over your social media feeds, Mercury retrograde. But I want you to forget the memes, okay? Forget the cosmic chaos. Today, we're going to reframe this whole thing as what it can be, one of the most powerful and frankly underutilized strategic tools your business has.
And let's be real, we've all felt this, haven't we? It's that feeling when the simplest tasks just go completely sideways. Emails vanish into thin air, and communication just feels off. This quote from financial astrologer Kay Schenker just hits the nail on the head. It perfectly captures that shared frustration. But what if that frustration is really just a sign that we're using the wrong map?
So this is where we're going to pivot. It's time to trade in that popular chaotic meme for an actual, actionable business manual. We're going to stop blaming the planets for our problems and start leveraging their predictable rhythm to get an edge.
So on the one hand, you've got the meme version, right? It's all about chaos, tech failures, misunderstandings, basically a cosmic scapegoat for when things go wrong. But on the right, that's where we're going to live today. We're talking about a scheduled, dedicated time for review, for refinement, and for a strategic pause that can actually push your business forward.
And this is the big question, isn't it? Instead of just bracing for impact 3 times a year, what if you could actually harness this energy? What if you planned for it, scheduled around it, and used it to get ahead while everybody else is just complaining about their Wi-Fi?
Okay, so to turn this thing into a tool, we first have to understand how it works. This isn't random. It's a reliable, recurring event on the cosmic calendar, and that predictability is its secret power.
First off, the frequency. Mercury goes retrograde about 3 times every single year. This is not some rare, shocking event. It's a regular part of the business cycle that you absolutely can and should plan for.
And each of these periods lasts for about 3 weeks. See, it's a clearly defined window of time. It's not endless chaos, it's a specific block on your calendar that you can set aside for a very specific kind of work.
So where is this cosmic slowdown going to show up in your day-to-day? Well, in this framework, Mercury basically rules the central nervous system of any modern business. We're talking communication, technology, contracts, marketing, travel, all the ways information and commerce flow. Think emails, social media, proposals, even the company car. And this anecdote from our source just illustrates the point perfectly. It's a classic Mercury retrograde blunder. It's not some huge catastrophe, but it's a crucial, almost comical detail getting overlooked in the exact area Mercury governs. And you know what? That little detail can have a real cost.
Okay, so now we get to the good stuff. The strategy. Now that we know the what, the when, and the why, we can build a really clear playbook with specific, actionable advice to actually navigate these periods and come out ahead. The proactive strategy here is actually super simple and powerful. Just think of any productive business activity that starts with the prefix re. The whole vibe here is about refining what you've already built, not about breaking new ground. It's a time to look backward and inward to strengthen your foundation.
So here's what that re-strategy looks like in practice. This is your new to-do list. You're going to review your internal systems, you're going to revise your marketing copy, you're going to repair that buggy software you've been putting off, reorganize your client database, research your next big move, and one of my favorites, reconnect with old clients. Think of it as scheduled maintenance for your entire business.
But, of course, knowing what to do is only half the battle. Just as important is knowing what to avoid. These are the high-stakes moves you should probably just postpone until the cycle passes.
The crucial point here is to avoid kicking off anything that really depends on flawless communication and clear forward momentum. Thinking of signing a huge new contract? Key details might get missed. Launching a new product? The message might not land the way you want it to. Buying a new server? You might just end up with a lemon. For these big things, just press pause.
And you can probably see where this is going. This isn't just about avoiding disaster. When you actually follow this playbook, you're not just dodging bullets, you're using this time to build a more resilient, more efficient, and stronger company from the inside out.
Now, if you're worried that this energy is somehow inherently bad for business, let's just clear that up right now. The source material is very clear on this. Having Mercury retrograde in a company's founding chart is absolutely not a barrier to success. In fact, you could argue it builds a kind of resilience from day one.
And you don't have to take my word for it. Look at this list. Harley-Davidson, Microsoft, Exxon. These are not small-time companies. They are giants of industry, and every single one was founded during a Mercury retrograde. So yeah, success is clearly not off the table.
What's really interesting, though, is seeing how Mercury fits into a much bigger system. It's the most frequent, sure, and the most well-known. But Venus and Mars have their own retrograde cycles that impact totally different areas, like sales or your team's energy. It just shows that this is all part of a much more comprehensive system for strategic timing.
So when you boil it all down, this all comes back to one thing: smart, proactive scheduling. It's about seeing these cycles not as annoying interruptions, but as built-in parts of your annual business calendar.
So let's just reframe this one last time. Mercury retrograde is not a random force of chaos. It is a scheduled, predictable appointment in your calendar for all that essential deep work, that review, and that refinement that, let's face it, usually gets pushed to the side when we're chasing constant growth.
So, I'll just leave you with this thought. While your competitors are running around, stressed out, blaming their tech problems on the planets, you have a schedule, you have a plan. You've got a 3-week head start on deep, strategic work, 3 times a year. The only real question left is, how are you going to use that advantage?